Disclaimer: today's video is different from everything you've seen on my channel so far. Those of you who follow me on Instagram have repeatedly requested me to put up a video about our year-end road trip, and here I am to tell you everything about it. Where we went, how we planned it, what I wore, and why the trip was so special for us. This region is perhaps one of the most culturally rich regions of our country since ancient times, and I hope I'm able to provide you with the most important information in case you decide to follow in our footsteps. In case we missed out something, feel free to leave your questions in the comments or DM us on Instagram. Without further ado, let's get started. So we started all excited for our year-end trip away from the chilly 10 degrees of New Delhi to the warmer tropical weather of Bangalore at 5 a.m. to catch our early morning flight. Our flight was delayed, but we managed to land at the Kempegowda International Airport, Bangalore at around 10:30 a.m. We were of course greeted by the beautiful and pleasant Bangalore weather, but I was super impressed with the airport and how lovely it looked. Today's plan was simple: reach our friend's place in Indira Nagar, chill with them, have some local delicacies, and just catch up and relax and spend time with them. The trip truly began the next morning, but before that, a shout out to our friends in Bangalore, Ankit and Shweta, for lending us their car, without which this trip would not have been possible. We left from Indira Nagar around 7 a.m. and caught some traffic on Hosur Road that costed us about 30 minutes, but it wasn't as bad as the stories we hear about Bangalore traffic. Our suggestion: if you're doing this trip from Bangalore, leave earlier. The goal should be to cross Hosur toll before 7:30 a.m. By the time we crossed Hosur and stopped for coffee at Starbucks, Google Maps showed a huge jam near Salem, so we decided to go through Thiruvannamalai instead, and since we were going to cross Thiruvannamalai around lunch, we made the bold decision to get our first meal in the holy temple town of Thiruvannamalai. Bold because December is the peak season in this part of the country, with tens of thousands embarking upon the Sabrimala and Ayyappa pilgrimage that last over 40 days. Apologies if my pronunciations are wrong. A quick Google search led us to Hotel Kana. It was about 15 to 20 minutes walk from the parking, since the town was packed with pilgrimage visiting one of the largest Shiva temples in the world. There's a whole folktale behind the significance of the temple. Let us know in the comments if you want to hear it, and we would be happy to make a video on it. Traversing the narrow alleys of the town that were full of colors from fresh produce, beetle leaves being sold on the roadside, and a farmer's market with the sweetest ammas. Our first meal in Tamil Nadu had to be a traditional thali. We ordered an individual thali that costed us rupees 100 each, but given our tiny appetites, we were the subject of many a stares for wasting most of the food. We quickly paid our respects at the temple gate and skipped going in, looking at the long lines. The drive from Bangalore to our hotel near Kumbakonam took us a total of 10 hours, including 2 coffee breaks and a couple of hours in Thiruvannamalai. We were staying at Mantrakudam, an eco-resort near Kumbakonam, nestled between 2 rivers and built in a local village style without compromising on creature comforts we are so used to. It's a CGH property and one of the best decisions we made on this trip. I'll do a longer dedicated video on Mantrakudam and why you should stay here very soon. The evening was spent enjoying our first of many cups of their famous degree coffee and preparing for the next day when we were exploring the ancient temples and local cuisines of Thanjavur. Ankit picked up a dhoti from their in-house boutique where you get to see some lovely silk saris, traditional jewelry and other local artifacts. We were tired, so grabbed an early dinner and called it a day. Day 2 started with a leisurely breakfast at their in-house restaurant Annapurna, following which we left to explore the awe-inspiring Great Living Chola temples. Located just an hour from Kumbakonam, these architectural marvels transported us back in time. The city of Thanjavur is a renowned center of religion, art and architecture of southern India. Our first stop was the Thanjavur Royal Palace Museum, which is an important tourist destination that attracts thousands of tourists every year. You get to see the paintings of the old Chola age, the bronze sculptures and the statues of the Pallava and Chola dynasty, which enrich the place and make it significant. The ideals and the old sculptures from the age-old temples like Brihadeshwara Temple and Gangaikonda Cholapuram Temple decorate the museum. After spending a couple of hours soaking in the rich history and learning about it from our guide, which Mantrakudam very kindly hooked us up with, we moved on to see how the famous Thanjavur paintings and bronze sculptures are made. Following which, it was time to see the first of three great living Chola temples, the Brihadeshwara Temple or Raja Rajeshwaram, a UNESCO World Heritage Site situated in the heart of the city. It was easy to find parking, but boy was that a sight to see. Known for its exemplary Dravidian style architecture, this temple was built by Raja Chola I by 1010 AD. One of the largest South Indian temples, the surrounding facilities have been upgraded to create an ambience worthy of the grandeur of this ancient marvel with lighting, signages and facilities for devotees and visitors. Make sure that you are mindfully dressed to blend in and be respectful, so as to soak in the divine presence and truly experience one of India's largest monolithic sculptures. Although we weren't allowed to film inside, but it was a sight for sore eyes. Make sure to check the timing of the temple in order to visit the sanctum inside the temple complex. After spending a few hours there, we drove a short distance to visit the Gangaikonda Cholapuram temple. This temple shares the same design and name as the older Brihadeshwara temple of Thanjavur, but it is smaller in size and more refined. It was simply beautiful and the weather gods were in our favor that day. Surrounded by walls and a cascading garden, a massive Nandi bull sits outside facing the main temple sanctum. It is believed that Nandi is a symbol of loyalty and devotion. Devotees may whisper their prayers or wishes into Nandi's ears, treating it like a trusted friend to whom they can express their innermost thoughts. We spent a couple of hours there and left to see the third temple, Airateshwara temple. It is smaller but most exquisite amongst the three great living Chola temples. We got very lucky and got to see the evening Aarti. It was one-of-a-kind experience and we spent the evening soaking it all in. We got back to the hotel, had some delicious food at Mantrakudam before we called it a day. So we just finished breakfast and we're out exploring the property. The property is so quiet and beautiful. You can literally hear all the birds chirping and the peacocks making those loud noises. From your bedrooms, by the way, it's absolutely beautiful and so tranquil. Day 3, we found ourselves in Tranquebar. This Danish-influenced town, a 2-hour drive from Kumbakonam, was a unique blend of European and Indian cultures. We stopped at Nimrana's property, the bungalow on the beach, where we had a quick bite to eat. A short walk from the hotel was the 17th century Danish fort, which housed a few remains from when it was a small Danish colony. To be honest, I think it was very poorly maintained and skippable in my opinion. The drive back from Mantrakudam was breathtaking and we reached the hotel just in time for coffee and spent the evening relaxing and enjoying the property. More on it in my next video. The next day, we decided to visit the local village early in the morning on e-bikes that we rented from our hotel to explore the local village around the property. Located in the Kaveri Delta, Thanjavur is often called the rice bowl of Tamil Nadu. We were with our expert naturist and local guide Arvind, who first took us to see the rice paddy fields and then to the farmer's house to really understand how they live and spend their day. It was quite an experience where we got to meet the family and experience their everyday life and the warmth of the rural communities. We checked out from Mantrakoodam and drove to our next stop, Karaikuri. En route to Karaikuri, we stopped at Thirumayam Fort, a 40-acre wide fortress. It was constructed in the year 1687 and you can climb up to the top of the fort to view some stunning aerial shots of the surrounding area. This off-the-beaten-path site was a hidden gem, revealing the region's rich history, and we were glad we could stop and spend a few minutes there. We reached our hotel, the Bungalow, which is a heritage hotel in the heart of Chettinad, and had an early dinner at their renowned family kitchen, which is known to serve authentic Chettinad cuisine, rated amongst the top 50 restaurants in India 3 years in a row. The food, as expected, was delicious, and the mango fool with vanilla ice cream was simply decadent. Absolutely must try when you are here. Day 5 in Karaikuri was a packed day of exploring the Chettinad region. We left after breakfast to visit traditional Chettinad bungalows, and our first stop was a Thanguri, which is also known for its handmade terracotta tiles. Our first stop was a huge Chettinad-style mansion dating almost 200 years, the Athanguri Palace. The ornamental works throughout the building, the colorful tiles and woodworks, everything was imported from around the world and added to the beauty and charm of the place. We grabbed lunch at Priya Mess, a cute little restaurant serving traditional Chettinad meal on banana leaf. It was one of the most recommended places by the locals, and you'll find it hustling and bustling with locals and smiling faces. It was a wholesome experience for us for sure. Later in the evening, we had a traditional Chettinad cuisine class booked with the chef and dived into the world of fragrant spices, learning and tasting the region's signature dishes. The next morning, we grabbed a quick breakfast at the Bungalow and left for Rameswaram. The drive was scenic and we managed to reach Dhanushkodi just in time for sunset. The serene beauty of these coastal towns is mesmerizing, especially the sunset at Dhanushkodi. We retired for the night at our hotel Devik to get some much needed rest after a long drive. The next day we had an early morning planned, and I must mention the warm hospitality of the hotel team. Upon checkout, they insisted we have breakfast, but because we were short on time, they very sweetly packed us some sandwiches and fruits, which I thought was such a great gesture. I will always remember this experience. Sometimes it's the smallest things that one does that has the maximum impact on you. We then journeyed to Kanyakumari, and on our way we crossed the Mupandal wind farm, which is India's largest operational onshore wind farm. The highway was lined with views of massive windmills, which makes it the third largest operational onshore wind farm in the world. We reached Kanyakumari around noon and checked into our hotel, the Seashore. It was a small 3-star hotel with a view to die for. You could see the Thiruvalluvar statue, Vivekanand Rock Memorial and the beautiful coastline, marveling at the meeting point of 3 oceans. After a quick lunch at the Seaview Hotel, which was next door, we went on to explore the market and the areas around the coastline as the ferry to the Vivekanand Rock Memorial was stopped due to choppy waters. We couldn't capture the sunset clearly due to the cloudy sky, but the views were spectacular nonetheless. Later that night, we had dinner at TTDC's restaurant, which was simple but delicious. The next day, we woke up early in the morning to capture the sunrise from our hotel room, and although not super clear, it was definitely a sight to marvel at. We checked out early in the morning to leave for Kovalam with a visit to the historic Padmanabhapuram Palace planned during the day. The palace's architecture and artifacts were a journey through time. Post which we reached the final destination and home for the next few days, the Leela. The hotel is perched on a cliff top with the most stunning sea views and breathtaking sunsets. Our final days in Kovalam were filled with anticipation as we prepared for our New Year's reunion. It was the perfect culmination of our journey, friends, laughter, and new memories. The agenda was just to relax, unwind, and soak in the serene beauty and comforts the property had to offer. We were 6 couples with kids, and the hotel had a lot to offer to both the age groups. We all booked the Royal Club rooms, which had a private infinity pool and restaurant separated from the rest of the hotel. Waking up to the sound of waves crashing against the rocks below and the perfectly framed views of the sunrise reflecting onto the sea. As the name suggests, the Royal Club exudes opulence in every way, be it lavish interiors, contemporary design, state-of-the-art amenities, and the magnitude of the space itself, complemented with a private balcony. We experienced an uncompromising level of personalized service with an exclusively assigned butler, privileged access to the infinity pool, gym, the living room, which also offers a special high tea indulgence, and the library, a treasure house of traditional literature. And here we are, welcoming the new year with friends in the beautiful setting of Kovalam. This trip has been a blend of adventure, culture, and the joy of reuniting. A special thanks to Ocean of Churn by Sanjeev Sanyal and Lords of the Deccan by Anirudh Kanisetti for inspiring this incredible journey. Here's to friendship, exploration, and many more adventures. Happy New Year, guys! Before traveling to Tamil Nadu, our picture of peak season travel was different. One big learning for me was that the people aren't a blockage. They aren't a deterrent but are very much part of the experience. The roads were fantastic, the weather was incredible, and the entire trip is etched in our memories forever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do let me know if you have any questions with regards to our trip. I will try and link the entire itinerary below in the description box below so you can refer to it when you are planning a trip to Tamil Nadu. Do let me know in the comment section below if you like such videos, and I would love to share my other travel videos with you as well. I will see you guys again very soon. Until then, take care.